Good morning, dear souls, and a very, very, very happy and powerful Easter Sunday morning to you. The Christ consciousness in me bows to the Christ consciousness in you, and then we can take our united oneness as a tribe and just bow down to that Christ consciousness in everything, everywhere. What is Christ consciousness? It is the joy aspect of the infinite spirit that just permeates the creation. It's almost like there's the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. As a Catholic boy, I used to do the signs of the cross, but also the Father is the creator, the Son is the Christ consciousness, and the Holy Ghost is this medulla oblongata, where the life force and the Om comes in. So you can look at spirituality in many ways. But I'm going to suggest that we look at it through the lens of our own awakening, through the lens of what's stirring your soul right now to be here, not just here on the meditation, but to be here embodied once again with such a beautiful attitude that you all have, and this surging life force that's coming in to give you everything you possibly need to have a day where you are the master, meaning that the soul is in charge. Spirit, soul is in charge. So, are you ready for quite a morning? Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Tara. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Noah, Lynn, Lisa, and Jim, Clark, Ellen, Autumn. Oh, it doesn't get much finer than this. So maybe just close your eyes for a moment and just let that inner smile come and greet you. All right? Yeah, that inner smile. Sometimes I just smile all the time, and I think it's just my soul is so joyous that it's hard to not appreciate that and not accept that 100% now. That we are made of that pure Christ or Christos consciousness joy. So let that joy kind of bubble up within you right now. We have a lot of beautiful things to absorb this morning, not to think about, not to try to figure out, but just to absorb. Like you're a divine sponge, just soaking up the blessings of today, the light that's pouring into you right now. And of course, that joy, that ananda, and maybe there's a little bliss, a tinge, or a little extra dab of bliss is in that joy right now. But it's your day, my darlings. It's your day. It's the Christos in you day. It's not just a person some years ago in history. It's every heart and soul incarnate in human form. And when we're not in human form and we're on the other side, we are still 100% that Christos consciousness, but beyond creation at that point. There's where we get to meet the Father in the inner worlds. But let me tell you this, you can meet the Father right now, the Creator. Ask and you shall receive, my dears. Ask and you shall receive. I'm just going to read a few things to you. You can absorb them any way you want. You can do your breathing. You can just sit and just marvel, marvel at what a beautiful attitude you have this morning. What a beautiful heart you always have every morning. What a beautiful light that keeps lighting up your life, showing you the way out of darkness and into the light. Just absorb. This is a day to completely absorb. Resurrection. This one person wrote, resurrection at dawn by the light of the early morning moon. That's kind of moody, huh? Resurrection at dawn by the light of the early morning moon. Are we not, my dears, reborn each moment we live? Are we not reborn each morning, each moment we live? Do we not start fresh and clean? That means you have a clean mind, you have a clean heart, you have a clean energy, you have a clean slate, pure and free. Ah, you're soaking up now these truths and perhaps starting to realize them in the deepest way you ever have before. On this Easter morn, have we the simple choice? Have we the simple choice to let go the burdens of the past, deeds done or undone, paths taken or untaken, words spoken or unspoken? Don't we really simply and powerfully have the choice to let go of all that? To put down the heavy load, the weight that we're carrying, always maybe second guessing after God has blessed us and we got through a particular challenge, but we're still guessing, now what? And we maybe go to that worry and that fear and anxiety again. That's a heavy load, my dears. So let's put it down today. Free ourselves. Free ourselves of pain and sorrow, anger and fear. And here's our keynote word for the morning: and live undaunted. And live undaunted. Let's pause it here and ask the Creator Lord, or ask your own Christ consciousness to help you be undaunted. And begin in this holy moment, the only moment that truly exists. Embrace your undaunted nature with every fiber of your being. Every atom, every cell is awake with the Christos, the joy consciousness, omnipresent in all of creation. Undaunted are we. Love who you are right now, wherever your consciousness is right now. Love it. And love life itself, all of life, especially on those challenges that you face. The frustrations that you have, the mood swings. Always love them. Love them, whether they're inflamed with anger or they're laying quietly in your heart space. But love them. And I promise you, you will get through that particular challenge, that particular worry. I promise you, you will fly through it, sail through it with such grace and ease. The key is to love those challenges you face. Honor your heart no matter what. Honor your heart no matter what. In gratitude for the gift of resurrection. That's right. The gift of resurrection. That's why you're sitting here right now. For the gift of resurrection. And let your love light shine. Let's let our love light shine on all the so-called troubles, worries, fears, phobias, outlandish activities, actions that go on in this material world. Let your love light shine on those places. This is the Christ consciousness. To let your love light shine every moment, every breath, every footstep. Now let's feel the Yogananda's blessings that are pouring in right now. He's always here with us. He's here with us whether we know it or not. He's with you when you leave this meditation, whether you know it or not. The Christos is the Christos, no matter who it is that has been brave enough to conquer themselves of all their limitations and then to resurrect. This is what Paramahansaji says. He said, the resurrection, the last enemy that shall be destroyed, is death. Please absorb. Please let go. And keep your love light on. All things are possible unto God and his great devotees. All things are possible to God and to his great devotees. And please, please consider you great, a Mahatma soul, great soul. All souls are equal. All souls are great. In the resurrection of Jesus, we have the assurance. This is your assurance of our Creator that God realized devotees. Maybe whisper to yourself, and I am that. Whenever you have an opportunity, my dears, affirm who you are. Non-stop, relentlessly. I am that. We have the assurance of our Creator that God realized devotees, and I am that. If they wish, if we wish, can find not only immortality of the soul, but also of the body. O eternal youth of body and mind, abide within us forever and forever. It is thou who dost directly sustain our bodies, says Yogananda. Awaken within us conscious will, conscious health, conscious vitality. O eternal youth of body and mind, abide with us, abide within us forever and forever. Yogananda goes on to say the whole drama of Jesus' life, the whole drama of Jesus' life was a testament to the supremacy of man's spirit over matter. And to every one of your 27,000 trillion cells, let these words penetrate. The whole drama of our lives, my dears, is a testament to the supremacy of our spirit over matter. Jesus had willingly incarnated in a human form. He raised his hand and said, "Me, Lord, I'll go down. I'll be crucified." He willingly, Christ willingly incarnated in a human form, partaking of its inherent limitations to show matter-bound souls the way to conquer every form of delusion imposed on them by the overreaching power of cosmic Satan. Remember, you are the Christos. We have the same challenges as Christ had. We are the same spirit-bound souls, ready to rise and resurrect from our limitations. So that yours and mine and Jesus' resurrection can demonstrate the consummation of that victory of resurrecting, even against the cosmic Satan's temptations. Because the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. And finally, what Jesus's and our resurrection means is that we lift our consciousness. We lift our consciousness beyond all relativities of vibration creation, vibratory creation, above all the relativities of vibrational creation. And we merge ourselves with the transcendental Father, the absolute Spirit. Just absorb, no thought, Mushin, no mind. Breathe the breath of immortality. Reclaim your status as a daughter and son of the light. Feel the surge of that cosmic energy coming into your body, creating a fountain of youth in you, annihilating all illness, disease, and troubles, pouring into you right now, obliterating the limitations. Just be still. As Yogananda says, still the body. Still the body. Let's all be still. Draw energy from your outbound senses and bring it within. Be still. Draw energy from your outbound senses and bring that energy into your brain, into your quiet mind, your focused mind. And Yogananda Ji says, then you will feel the divine joy of the infinite Christ. Yogananda says in another place, I laugh at all fears. I laugh at all fears, for my protector Father, Mother, beloved God, is especially attentively awake and present everywhere with the deliberate purpose of protecting me from the temptations of evil. We laugh at all fears, for our protector Father, Mother, beloved God, is especially attentively awake and present everywhere with the deliberate purpose of protecting me from the temptations of evil. And evil is EVIL, energy violating infinite love. Feel the darkness leaving your temple right now as all the doors open, all the lights are lighting up inside of you, and darkness, like a dark bird, is flying away, because it's Easter morn and it's your time to shine your love light. Again, I want you to have special aim at whatever thoughts you have right now and target it with the love and the blessings and the power of this indomitable Christos consciousness. Again, anything that has you troubled, anything that you don't think you can handle, that you lose energy rather than gain it, anything like that needs to be pelted, pelted with your love light now. Do not enter the arena of life of each day without sending out that love and light first. Don't make a decision until you have sent love and light to whatever it is that you're thinking about. And you'll begin to have the same consciousness as these great ones do. So we're going to go right on through and continue in the way that Christ is directing this meditation this morning. And if you want to breathe in a big breath, my dears, maybe lengthen your spines, empty out, sigh it out, feel the relief from the grief and the disappearance of the drama and the trauma and any other plans that you might have had, because at this point you are in a sacred energy. And I want to read something to you. It's very similar to this quote that Mahavatar Babaji has said and is quoted in the autobiography of a yogi by Yogananda ji. When he talks about the holy science of yoga, he said that yoga means yoking your whole being to the divine. Yoke it, yoga, to the divine consciousness. He said, just a little bit of the yoga practice will save you from dire fears and colossal sufferings. Dire fears and colossal sufferings. Take that in. Take that in. Because I know that if I were you, and I am, I wouldn't want to have one drop of suffering anymore. And you might think, well, how are we going to avoid that? Well, I'm going to tell you how you're going to avoid that. Your soul will tell you how to avoid that. And this next quote from Yogananda, he'll give the whole shop away. You know, great ones give the whole shop away. They don't hold back their words. They don't hold back the truth. They don't go through the whole gyrations in their mind. Well, this devotee won't get it or whatever. And so they withhold something. No, they just bring it out. They let it go. Let it fly. They let it land where it needs to land. But this quote here is something that I hope gets absolutely impinged in your atoms on this Easter morning. Impinged. So it's cellular. It's a cellular remembrance. Yogananda says, God offers you an invincible weapon by which you eradicate all of your sorrows and suffering. I'm wondering if you're kind of wondering, well, what is that invincible weapon that can remove my sorrows and suffering? In fact, maybe you're even thinking, oh my God, is that true? Maybe you don't even think that's true. Maybe you do think it's true. But you hear something like that, and one day, my friends, truth is going to absolutely bring you into ecstasy. The truth. You'll hear it and you'll go into ecstasy because it's the truth. And you are attuned to nothing but the truth. So God offers us an invincible weapon by which we can eradicate all of our sufferings and sorrows. And that invincible weapon is wisdom. Is wisdom. And one way to say that wisdom is the anticipation of consequences, said Sister Gyanamata, great disciple of Yogananda. And here's how you can gain that access to wisdom and then sustain it and maintain it. It comes through God communion. Wisdom, Yogananda says, which comes through God communion, is the easiest way. This wisdom that comes through God communion is the easiest way to overcome disease, disappointments, and disasters. Really? Yes, really. This wisdom, which comes through what you're doing here this morning, communing with the divine in the way that your heart is guiding you, the way your soul is prompting you, just in your particular intimate way with the divine. And through that communion, you're going to find it is the easiest way to overcome those things that Mahat Avatar Babaji said that yoga will free you from dire fears and colossal sufferings. And the easiest way, I keep repeating that because this is the easiest way. It's like put love where you least want to put it, because that mind of yours is going to want to analyze something. It's going to want to make sure somebody's right or somebody's wrong. So I get that. We all have been conditioned that way. But love is the easiest way. And there's no communion with Source without love. Love is the only way to have communion with Source. That will make it an easy road for us to overcome disease, disappointments, and disasters. I really want us to just absorb this. There's no rush because this is our soul talk time. We're just going to carry it into like a little mini meditation. We're going to keep going with this energy that is here with us. We're going to keep our hearts open and our minds calm as we take full advantage of those great ones that are here with us now. Their presence, the loving presence. And this particular great one, Trialanga Swami, is in the autobiography of a yogi. Yogananda talks about this guy. And he says it. He says exactly what we've been talking about. Exactly. He said, those who forget their own nature, their godly essence, those who forget their own nature, their godly essence, forget the power within themselves. So we forget we have no power. We are absolutely game for the dark side. We have no defenses. We have no offense either. So if we forget our own nature, our godly essence, we forget the power that you are born with and you have now ready to go for you. He goes on to say, this Trilanga Swami, our real nature most often is mistaken by others and ourselves, because we and they prefer to believe in the miracle of the supernatural. And here's the punchline. They prefer to believe in the miracle of the supernatural rather than the inner strength of the powers that all of us possess. What? There it is. How did Christ resurrect? Through the powers that he already possessed. And he freed himself of all his bodies, the physical body, the astral body, and the causal body. He became free that day. And I just want to read you something of a kind of the attitude that we might want to have as these soul rebels with a cause, you know. The real reason why I call my programs the Love Force Revolution. There's a real reason for that. This is this is called the Jericho experiment. Let's experiment with the Jericho experiment, okay, you guys? You okay? Can you allow yourself, can you give yourself permission for more light and love to come into you? Just relax into it. Just feel into it and love it. If it all else fails, love it. But here's the Jericho experience. This person says, I used to read the story of Jesus flipping tables in the temple. And he's referring to the story where Christ threw out the money changers from the temple. I used to read that story of Jesus. He calls it flipping tables in the temple. And I took it at face value that Christ had righteous anger, holy fury, and a warning to the greedy. And this person says, but now I see something deeper. And I bet you will too, my dears. The temple isn't a building, it's the body. It's you. And when the Christ awakens within, when Christ awakens within you, and I'm banking that it's awakening in you right now to some degree. To some degree. I can almost say 100% to some degree that the Christ is awakening within each of you sitting here right now. But when that Christ awakens within us, my friends, everything changes. Everything changes. You no longer, now these might be some of our sacred cows, so I think you're soul enough to deal with your sacred cows if they are sacred cows for you. Because when the Christ awakens, everything changes. No longer do we crave the animalistic, nor do we entertain the same lies. And we never, ever sell ourselves short because we flip the tables. And who are the money changers? Who were those money changers that seem to cause all that trouble, that have been talked about for decades, centuries? The money changers that Christ threw out of the temple. Well, I wonder if they even came close to looking at it this way, that this temple is us. And you know what the money changers are? Get a load of this. Those are the thoughts that proffer off of our pain. What? The money changers. The ones that cause, some ruckus in the temple of our body. These are the thoughts that proffer off of our pain when we're out of tune, when we're doing our little, human thing again and again and again. Those money changers profit off of our pain. And who are the robbers? I guess there were robbers there in that temple that day. What do the robbers mean to us in our holy temple, the body that Christ dwells in 100%? The robbers, they're the habits that steal our peace. What? See, when we talk this way, there's got to be an accountability at some level, right? We're hearing amazing truth, in my opinion. You might have your opinion and your take on this. But when you hear truth and it somehow rings, maybe it really resonates, maybe it goes deep and you go, yeah, yeah, but you're not ready to really apply it on a regular basis in your life, still, we hold an accountability because our ears heard it, and something kind of came in and it resonated with our deeper aspects of ourselves. That is a real accountability. Now, if we want to really wake up and resurrect from our limitations, starting on Easter Sunday today, we're going to need to change some things. Is a whole nother way to put this, right? So the robbers are the habits that steal our peace. And who are the livestock? I guess there were livestock there too, in that temple, so-called temple, where Christ had to come in and say, wait a minute, my dears. So what's the livestock? That's the base nature, our base nature, our animalistic nature, lust, pride, and fear, roaming free in a place meant to be holy. Woo! All right. All right. I'm just saying. So what does Jesus do? Because when truth shows up, anything false has to go. When truth shows up, Sarah, my daughter, Marty, my friend, Autumn, my soul sister, because when truth shows up, Anything false has to go. So Jesus doesn't negotiate around that. He doesn't rationalize. He just drives them out. He just, and another way to say that, he starves them out. We don't give our limitations, our phobias, our habits any of our attention. We ignore them. Just like Gandhi. He didn't make the people wrong that was going on in England and in India, I mean, at that time with the English. He just didn't rationalize, he didn't negotiate. He just did his best through nonviolence to throw them out. This is what it means to awaken Christ within. This is what it means to awaken Christ within. Number one, most people just think this is another holy day of some kind, mostly, you know. And I remember as kids, we couldn't wait because we fasted for Lent. And then usually I gave up candy. And then on Easter morning, I ate more candy and I was sick. So that's what it meant when I was a little kid, right? So, but really, what does it mean to awaken within? Well, we're kind of addressing it this morning, and that's why I want to continue with this, because I have a few more readings to do that I just want to get all on one tape. Okay? I just want to get it all in one place so we can listen to it. This is what it means to awaken Christ within, to recognize that we are the temple and the sacred must be protected. Oh, my dears, that heart of yours, you might put your hand on your heart if you want to. I certainly went there, just kind of wasn't even thinking about it. I put my hand on something that needs to be totally protected, and that's my heart. That's my desire for God. I can't let things come in the way, even the slightest little detours or distractions, because it's one thing leads to another, right? We've got to keep this temple absolutely guarded by our enthusiasm and our willingness to be accountable for all of every thought that comes through, that ricochets into us, every feeling that comes upon us, sometimes just from out of the blue. We get this feeling. So we recognize that our temple, our body is a temple, and the sacred must be protected. Our body is not a prison, it's a vessel, a sanctuary, a throne, our body. And when your spirit rises into alignment with that sacred body and that sacred heart of ours, when our spirit rises into alignment, we begin to clean house. I'm telling you, that's real too. And I know all of you are doing some house cleaning these days. I really do. I see it. You know, you can't help but see when someone has a change of heart in the most beautiful way, in the most spiritual way. You can't help but see that. Their character is just a whole nother level. It's bordering on divinity. It really is. And I see that in all of you. And that's why I want to bring us together more, not just in these meditations, but together so that we can witness this and see this in each other and see that sparkle that maybe wasn't there the day before or the week before. And then all of a sudden there's a sparkle in this person's eyes that you've looked into before, and you see this new sparkle. That's worth it. That's worth anything and everything. So when our spirit rises, we begin to clean house. We stop letting every voice set up shop in our heads. We stop letting every voice set up shop in our heads. We stop tolerating behaviors that dishonor our soul. It's cleaning house. And we stop numbing, hiding, and shrinking. We walk with authority. And we say to distractions or bad, wrong habits, not here, not anymore. And this is not a rebellion, my friends. This is a resurrection we're talking about. This is the alchemy. Alchemy. This is a return, not to religion, but to divine order. The moment Christ awakens in you, you don't just believe differently. You live differently. Take a moment. If you had something to write on, I'd like you to just invisibly, with invisible ink and invisible paper, just write down how you are living differently these days since you started these meditations. Because you get more of what you focus on. Yes. And anything other than something that lifts your spirit is not worth focusing on. This is the help that you're going to get when you attune to a divine companion, such as that Christ consciousness inside you. It's there to help us. God is here embodied in a body, our body, to help us live differently. So if your temple feels chaotic, if you're surrounded by no noise, shame, or addiction, maybe it's time to flip some tables. If for some reason our temple feels chaotic, surrounded by noise, shame, or addiction, maybe it's time to flip some tables. Because what's been robbing your spirit doesn't belong in your sanctuary. Not anymore. Just little truth nibbles this morning, my dears, on this very glorious Sunday in the year of our Lord 2025, as we address to undress, as we address some of these things that still need, some TLC. I'm trying to think of a little acronym for TLC. Truth, TLC. Truth, left. You come up with something for TLC and put it in the chat. I was going to say truth let loose, but that not L on the end there. Truth. You got it, Sarah? Someone's going to have it. What's an acronym for TLC?
Truth, love, commitment.
Truth, love, and what's C?
Commitment.
Calmness. Truth, love,
Well,
calmness.
that's good.
Oh, wait. I got this turned off for a second. What did you say, Sarah?
Truth, love, commitment.
Oh, ooh, you nailed it. You win the grand prize. You win it. That was great. Truth, love, commitment. TLC. See, this is why we need the collective. We need the collective. Everybody's got the answer. How beautiful is that? That is so beautiful. Thank you for that. Yeah. Oh my goodness sakes. Well, listen, is it really 12 o'clock on your time as it is on my time? Oh, we might have to have part two tomorrow. Well, I see some ads that say Easter Monday. I never saw those before. They call it Easter Monday. What is that? Anyone know what Easter Monday? Well, let's make something up. So
I think it's an opportunity to buy more stuff.
buy more candy. Yeah. Yeah, buy more candy or something. Yeah, but yeah, that's no, but we'll have part two because I had so much that I wanted to share in such a short time. Ellen, much love to you, Ellen. Ellen comes on every day, like many of you do, and she sits quietly in the background. God love her and her family. All of you are worth so much love to be received, to be, just flushed with so much love from the tribe itself, just pouring into each other. Hey, see you guys. Betsy, Todd, enjoy that beautiful day. Looks like a beautiful day there.
Betsy's getting ready to go teach the kiddos
All right, go
at
girl.
a Sunday service.
Just let it come through you. It's going to come through you like in waves and waves and waves of vibration. Yeah, yeah. You just have to just show up. Show up. That's my dear. Good.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Love
Good.
you guys.
All right. Love you too. Anybody else? Martha, have anything? Cami, you got anything? Autumn, do you have anything? Noah, still with his babies. Noah's going to go off to where are you moving to? To the up north, huh? Not in California, but in near Lake Tahoe, kind of around there. Yeah, Nevada City. That's it. That's it. Safe travels, my friend. If I don't see you, but I think we have a session planned coming up here. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Be
I'm
well.
just chasing kiddos around, doing my thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, but beautiful transmission, brother. Thank you so much.
You're
Happy
welcome, sir.
resurrection to us all.
Yeah. I've
Let
been
the light
thinking.
shine.
I'm thinking about, because we're getting ready, Trish and I, for something, and you know what we're thinking of doing. So at
Tom?
the same time, hello, hello,
Say hi, God puppy.
hello, Lakshmi, hello, Lakshmi. You got babies.
You got strawberries on your face.
Look
Oh,
at those
other
babies.
baby's
Yes,
going
you.
for things he shouldn't have. Excuse me, buddy. This is why I keep my camera off.
Yeah. When do you travel, man? When do you go?
End of the month. End of the month.
When is
Moving
it?
on the 30th.
Okay.
Landing on the 1st. It's a 2-day move.
Right around the corner, brother. Right around the
I
corner.
cannot wait.
I know. You got a lot to bring there. Just relax and let it come into you to abundance. Abundance for you, my man. Abundance. Everything holy, everything worthy, everything beautiful, powerful that can benefit you and our world is going to flow through you, man. So
Thank you, brother. Received.
I'm glad.
Received.
Look at that. Hey, Yeshua. Hey, buddy. Boy, he's getting big.
I know, right?
What a beautiful boy. That's a beautiful day you have in Utah as well.
Yeah, I can't complain.
I know. Look at them.
No
You still
doubt
got
about the mountains.
you got snow on the mountains still, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
but it's starting to get pretty warm pretty consistently. So
Oh, yeah. Same here. Same here. Yeah. We're getting
well,
it in.
thank you for the beautiful blast of love today, my man.
There, lots of love, man.
Really felt it today
Nice.
and
Yeah,
every day.
nice. Takes one to know one. I feel it too, bro. We're hooked up. We're hooked up, man. So
Well, lots of love.
okay, lots of love to you too.
Take these kiddos.
Here,
Ciao.
give a hug to Danielle.
Will do.
All right, thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
That's cool.
All right. Well, Todd, anything? Autumn, do you want to pop your head open? By the way, that picture of Autumn is just insane. It cracks me up every time I see it. Yeah. Lynn, do you have any words? Sarah, do you have anything? Or are we all good to go? You all good to go? Do you want me to go longer?
I want to say something. That thing that you read yesterday and that Autumn posted about Mary
Yeah,
just brings tears to my eyes. It's just like it does me.
yeah,
I
yeah.
and I was talking about it to the people here who live on the property where I am, and the one of them is a very born again Christian, and the other one, her mom really isn't sure that she believes in anything or whatever. But
Mm,
anyway, we were talking about it, and it was just so impactful. And because they had been raised Catholic, the Gabby had gone to Catholic school, and she was like, before, she's like, I just didn't even want to be really part of religion. Like they put women down, and
mm,
just the just that whole mentality. And man, that just nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never, in all my years of growing up as a Presbyterian, and then even all the years in science of mind and how we go through this day being for
Yeah.
ourselves to be resurrected and all of that,
Yeah.
I never had heard that. So
Right.
thank you, thank you.
Well, you know what, Lynn,
Heart open.
that's we're all in the same boat. We're along those lines. We've just been told so many things, and we just okay, that's what it is. But now it's coming to a time in history, I think, as well as in our individual lives, that it's best just to really empty the mind of everything that we think we know. I still think that's the best approach. Just empty, because we still don't know. But that was a beautiful thing. It really got me to feeling it big time. But I know what you're saying. But let's just let go of what we know. There's two things to let go of, and that's let go of what we know, and to let go of us being the doer. Those are two big things. But when you let go of those things, and the only thing can happen is that Source does it through us. God does it through us, right? Then I think our joy level and our happiness level and our everything else will come to us in abundance. Yeah. So thank you for sharing. Yeah, it was Tara, I think, that reposted it up on, yeah, up on the WhatsApp. All right. All right. Kisses, hugs, ready? We love, we care, and we share. We share massive, massive love. Go, Todd. Have a great day, buddy. And all of you. Namaste. The Christ in me to the
Namaste.
Christ in you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Aho.
Bye-bye.
You're so, aho, aho,
Aho.
oh, indeed. Yes.